welcome to Hawaii's Best podcast. Learn the stories behind Hawaii's best experiences, influencers, and businesses. Discover everything that makes Hawaii the Aloha State. And now your host, Brian Murphy.
Aloha and welcome to Hawaii's Best. And this is an introduction episode of what Hawaii's Best is really all about. And I guess probably the best place to start is at the beginning. Back in July 2017, I got the username on Instagram, hawaiis.best. I simply started that account just as a passion project, just out of my love for Hawaii. And it wasn't until probably 2018 where I really started putting more effort and focus towards the account. I was learning Instagram and learning tips, tricks, hacks, and all that good stuff. Maybe some of that I'll share with you. And I've learned a lot. I've studied a lot. And I don't know, I'm just super fascinated by social media and how to communicate and market messages and vision. Hawaii's Best was simply started to help make known of what Hawaii is really all about. And it's really all about people and culture. There's a lot of people who go to Hawaii as a destination vacation spot. And the premise of Hawaii's Best is to help educate, help to equip those coming to Hawaii, maybe for the first time, or maybe coming back to the islands for a visit. And is to give you the real Hawaii. And if you want to experience Hawaii to the full, this is where you're going to find the best tips and the best stories behind what Hawaii is all about. And it's really the people. It's really about listening and hearing the stories behind its people. That's really what Hawaii's Best is all about. So we hope that you come along this journey with us as we discover everything that makes Hawaii the Aloha State. And like I mentioned, our passion is to help prepare and equip people from all around the world. So no matter where you're at, everyone around the world who are coming to the islands for a visit, you know, Hawaii's Best is for anyone who has a love for Hawaii and wants to learn more about its culture and people. And it's important to know that Hawaii is a whole other world that really deserves our love, respect, and understanding. Well, my name is Brian, and I'm married to my beautiful wife, Allie. She's probably she is the most supportive and honest person that I know. She keeps me grounded, keeps me humble, helps me keep perspective and to stay honest. And it's amazing. As I was putting together this kind of mission statement and our website and our vision and our direction for Hawaii's Best, there's a couple questions that I hope to answer. Or maybe there's some questions that are on your mind that we're going to cover in this journey together. One of those questions is that we get is, how can I experience Hawaii like a local? You know, you do a search and you get the top 10, best beaches in Hawaii. You get the top 10 restaurants or what have you, and you get it on TripAdvisor and you get it on Yelp. But it's our goal to bring you the true Hawaii, to bring you those little hidden gems that you may not know about. So that's one of the questions we hope to answer. We also want to answer, what is the culture like there? And especially for those of you who are going to the islands for the first time, it's important to know that going to Hawaii is like going to a whole other country, a whole other world. And we hope to educate you on just some things to know prior to your visit to the islands. We also obviously want to cover some of the must-sees and the must-dos, and we'll hear some of those stories from some of the guests we bring on, and we'll be sharing some of our own experiences. Another thing we want to cover is, when is the best time to visit Hawaii? We get that question a lot, and my answer is typically there's always right now is a good time to visit Hawaii, right? But there are certain times of the year that if you're able to, you can probably get the most out of your experience at these specific times. So we want to share that with you and why. If you're going in July or if you're going in January, it's a totally different experience. We also want to cover the best places to eat and the best places to stay. Those are probably the two biggest questions that we get. We want to share those with you. And you hear some of the stories from the people who own some of these places and who manage and who operate within some of these phenomenal resorts and these restaurants that we can't wait for you to hear about. So if you resonate with any of those questions and you're in the right spot, Hawaii's Best is for you, and you're going to find value in it. Here's our mission statement. Here's everything that we kind of hang what we do on. Hawaii's Best exists to share the best of the islands with the rest of the world. Learn the stories behind Hawaii's best experiences, influencers, and businesses. Discover everything that makes Hawaii the Aloha State. So we're going to explore Hawaii together through this podcast, through different partnerships that we're going to bring on, through the blog, through the shop, and social media. Those are probably the best ways to stay up to date. So I want to encourage you right now to hit subscribe to this podcast because you're not going to want to miss an episode. And also find us on Instagram at hawaiis.best. Well, as I was thinking about this introduction episode, I thought it'd be great to share with you some interesting facts about Hawaii, some not as well-known facts about the islands. I'm going to give you 5. And this first one is pretty interesting. The Hawaiian Islands are a chain of 137 islands. Now, I know when we think about Hawaii, we automatically think of Waikiki. And is that the capital? People sometimes, ask about that. Or maybe Maui. In Hawaii, there are 8 major islands. You've got Oahu, you got Maui, Hawaii Island, or also known as the, Big Island, Kauai, Lanai, Molokai. You got Niihau, and you also have Kaho'olawe. Now, many locals also jokingly refer to Las Vegas as the 9th island. Maybe we can unpack that in later episodes as well. So those are only 8 of the 137 islands that comprise of the Hawaiian Islands. Now, number 2, interesting fact that I thought was Hawaii has 10 of the world's 14 climates. So while Hawaii enjoys some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world, its diverse climate might surprise you. On Hawaii Island, or the Big Island, you can find 10 zones. So you got, from tropical to continuously wet to hot desert to ice climates. You may see pretty much everything that the earth has to offer on one island. That what makes Hawaii Island very special, very magical. Number 3, the Hawaiian Islands are the most geographically isolated island chain on earth. And as an introvert, that is kind of attractive to me. Like, okay, so you're to say like, I'm on these islands and there isn't anybody, there isn't a continent like 2,000 miles away. I love that. I don't know, but some people don't. And we'll hear some of those stories about island fever is a true thing. So we'll be able to unpack that some more. Number 4, and this one, I love this one right here. There are no snakes in Hawaii. Now, Hawaii has worked hard to keep snakes out of its state in order to protect the native birds and other species. So it's important to know, I don't know who would do this, but those found smuggling snakes into Hawaii, they can face 3 years in jail and fines up to $200,000. So to me, that's like a huge plus. No snakes. Okay, I'm in. Number 5, Hawaii is the only U.S. state that grows coffee. The only coffee you can drink that is grown in the U.S. is from Hawaii. Hawaii Island, you've probably heard of Kona and all that, grows a majority of coffee in the Kona district, growing the bulk of it. Now, coffee does well in Hawaii's warm tropical climate and high elevations and rich soil. And Kona coffee has earned a reputation of being exceptionally aromatic and tasty and making it one of the most expensive coffees in the world. So those are my 5 kind of random facts about Hawaii. We'll be sharing more throughout our journey together. But I just want to encourage you again to go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and get on over to livehawaiisbest.com and you'll get everything that we're up to, all the latest. And we're so excited to do this journey together. And I know if you love Hawaii as much as I do, this is going to be so much fun as we unpack really and truly what makes Hawaii the Aloha State. So stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great journey together. Aloha.
Thanks for listening to Hawaii's Best Podcast. To stay up to date on future episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram at Hawaii's.best.